Good morning, MacLaren. Today is Thursday, August 20th, 2020. The weather today looks much the same, mostly sunny earlier, scattered thunderstorms developing later in the day. Storms may contain strong gusty winds, so stay off your tight ropes. High of 91 degrees Fahrenheit and chance of rain 40%. The sun rose this morning at 6:17 a.m. and will set at 7:46 p.m. On this date, August 20th, in the year 1913, the first pilot to parachute from an aircraft, parachuted from an aircraft. His name was Adolphe Pegoud, and Pegoud is who I want to tell you about today, because he is just a fascinating character. So here is Adolphe Pegoud, and he served in the French army, and when he was discharged after a number of years, he began flying planes. And you can see what rickety, delicate, fragile objects airplanes were then. But Pegoud became an expert pilot, and he decided he wanted to jump out of a plane. People had invented parachutes, and he wanted to be the first person to jump out of an airplane and land safely on the ground. And so the plane was designed to be a sacrifice. They knew that it would crash after he jumped out of it. And so he flew up and jumped out of the airplane. And as he is floating down and the plane goes on and is totally uncontrolled and starts flying crazily, plane lost control and it looped in the air. And so Pegoud saw that and he thought, boy, I bet I could do that on purpose. I bet I could reproduce that flight trajectory. And so he told reporters, I'm going to try. The plane could do it, so I can do it too. And so sometime later, he became the first known pilot to fly a loop in the air, and you can see him there at the bottom, flying actually upside down. Here's an artist's rendition of it. So, you know, it's not just like flying upside down because it is like it would be today, because you're open to the sky. He doesn't have any little protective bubbles, so he's just got his seatbelt, and if he falls out, then there he goes. He also became the first pilot to do a sustained upside down flight. So his plane was inverted, it was turned over, and he flew like that, not just for a little while, but a great distance. And because of all his expertise, he became a noted teacher of other pilots, and he started training many pilots from around Europe. And at the start of World War I, this is the first war when you have, mechanized aircraft. And so he volunteered for flying duty and became an ace pilot. You can see him here with bombs on his airplane. He sort of turned around in the back of the cockpit there, and he's looking at the bombs underneath the tail. And people are standing around looking at them. And he is credited with being the first ace. So the first expert pilot that got a certain number of victories. Amazingly enough, Pegoud was ultimately lost his life because he was shot down by one of his own former students, who was a German pilot. So this is World War I, where the European powers are fighting with each other. And so Pegoud's own pilot student shot him down, and he died in that crash. And today, he used to fly with this mascot. He flew with a penguin, a stuffed penguin, that was kind of his good luck charm. And the penguin was recovered from the crash, and it is in a museum today. And there are statues erected to him, People remember him with great admiration. Amazingly enough, the German pilot and the crew that shot down Pégoud's plane so admired him and so honored him that on the day of his funeral, they flew behind French lines. So they flew into enemy territory, risking their lives to drop a funeral wreath for Pégoud. So they dropped a big wreath of flowers to commemorate him. So they took this great risk to say, we shot him down and Pégoud died because of us, but that was just us being pilots and doing what pilots do, but we want to honor his memory and let you know how sad we are that he has died, and we want to recognize him and commemorate him. So kind of an amazing gesture for the people who shot Pégoud down. Okay, my friends, if it is your birthday today, August 20th, 2020, happy birthday. Please stand up and let your classmates clap for you. Remember, we can't sing indoors, especially when we don't have masks on. So can't sing happy birthday this year, but when our friends stand up for their birthday, we can give them a big cheer give them a big round of applause and celebrate them and be sure to wish them well. I hope you all have a day of kindness, friendliness, and peace. We're going to get through this together. We'll see you next time.